It is Wednesday. It's the 10th of July. I'm Monita Rajpal. This is CNN News Center, live from Hong Kong. Our top stories today. Heavy rains are wreaking havoc across parts of southwest China. State media say a landslide brought on by torrential rains in Sichuan province has buried between 30 to 40 people. Rescuers are at the scene. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the province, severe flooding has left entire villages partially submerged by water. Well, let's get more on this with meteorologist Samantha Moore at the World Weather Center. Samantha, what more do we know about all of this?
I'll tell you, we are stuck in a deadly pattern here, Monita, with record rainfall just continuing to fall across the same region. The powerful typhoon as well.
Yeah, incredible pictures there that you showed us there, Samantha. Thank you very much for that. We appreciate that. Samantha Moore there at the World Weather Center. We want to bring you out more on what is happening in the Egyptian capital of Cairo. We understand that the reports that the interim president will announce a new cabinet in just a few hours on this Wednesday. Let's take you straight there now to our Reza Saya, who joins us now live from Cairo with more on what's been happening in the country today. Of course, the rest of the country, specifically, also if we look at the capital, very tense as potential violence could continue to erupt. There, Reza?
Monita, things have been tense, but today, Cairo...
You are watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. You are watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. I'm Monita Rajpal. Was it a tragic accident or a crime? Canadian authorities say they've opened a criminal investigation connected to the runaway train that crashed into the middle of a town in Quebec. At least 15 people were killed and another 35 are still missing after the crude oil it was carrying triggered a series of explosions. Paula Newton is in Lac Mégantic and joins us now live with more on what could be a very ominous twist to this already tragic story, Paula.
It was certainly unexpected, and police took us by surprise by actually saying that it's not just criminal negligence.
Some of the other stories that we're following for you here at CNN News Center, the pilot at the helm of the Asiana flight that crashed in San Francisco was about halfway through the flying portion of his training to operate a Boeing 777. That was one of the revelations to emerge from a National Transportation Safety Board press conference. 2 people were killed when the Asiana flight crash landed on Saturday. South Korean factory managers are back at work at the Kaesong Industrial Park for the first time since April. That was when North Korea stopped production at the jointly run complex. Business managers from the South have now been allowed in to inspect their factories. Ian Lee reports. Boston Marathon bombing suspect Dzhokhar Tsarnaev will make his first public appearance today since his capture back in April. The 19-year-old will be arraigned in federal court. He faces a 30-count indictment, which includes using a weapon of mass destruction. In just a few hours from now, lawmakers in Ireland will vote on a bill that would guarantee a woman's right to an abortion if her life is in danger. More controversially, it would allow doctors to terminate a pregnancy if the mother is considered a suicide risk. The bill comes after the death of an Indian woman who had sought an abortion in Ireland. The man credited with containing the world's worst nuclear disaster since Chernobyl has died in hospital of cancer. Masao Yoshida took control of Japan's stricken Fukushima nuclear plant in 2011 in the wake of the devastating earthquake and tsunami. The company in charge of the plant says his cancer is unlikely to be related to radiation exposure. Masao Yoshida was 58. Is bribery and corruption a way of life in your country? Well, that's the question that's been put to people all over the world by the Berlin-based organization Transparency International. It found that in India, people pay twice as many bribes than the world average, and 3/4 of people there say corruption is on the rise. CNN's Sumnima Udas brings us the details. It seems like yesterday when hundreds of thousands of Indians took to watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. Now, do you know your silly mid-off from... You are watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. It's one of the fiercest rivalries in sport for bragging rights that cross continents, and it's for a trophy that's only tiny, 11 inches tall. The Ashes series has just gotten underway, a cricket test between Australia and England. For some, a matter of just national pride. For others, I guess. Alex Thomas joins us now from London, and I'll tell you, I guess it's pretty tense there, Alex.
Yes, Monita, always huge excitement surrounding an Ashes cricket series for the whole cricketing world, even though it's only ever between England and Australia. And it's
going to bear the wrath of a huge swath of the population, especially in this part of the world. But cricket, I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't see the enjoyment factor of it. Not to mention the fact that there's a whole language involved in this sport as well. Something, the words like sledging, out for a duck, all those things. What on earth? What's the appeal of the sport?
Yeah, I'm not going to try and defend cricket. That would take too long. What I would say, it's more, because it's over 5 days.
I think you got me when you said pack lunch. As long as there's food involved, I'm good. Alex, thank you very much for that. We'll be watching out for it. I think, well, most of us here will be watching out for it. Alex, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Now, there's a lot of baby talk happening in Britain right now as well. That's on top of the Ashes as well. That's because the country is about to welcome a new heir to the throne. Prince William's wife, Catherine, is due to give birth to the couple's first child any day now. Well, last night, William's father, Prince Charles, attended a charity masked ball in London. CNN's own baby watcher, Max Foster, was there and joins us now live outside Buckingham Palace with all the details. A lot of excitement in the city right now there, Max.
Yeah, indeed. There they are, the Prince of Wales and his wife wearing masks. I tried to get some information out of them. They're not giving anything.
The whole nation, if not the whole world, are like expectant fathers waiting for any sign of contraction, any sign of this baby being born. And especially for someone like you, you're pretty much on call from now until, well, I guess the baby's born.
We had a bit of a scare, I have to say, this morning, Monita. A helicopter was seen flying into Kensington Palace. And we're not going to get noticed.
I mean, the new heir to the throne is pretty public. It's pretty nationally public, I should say, for the country of Britain. Thank you very much for that, Max. We always enjoy seeing you. Thank you very much. Max Foster there live for us at Buckingham Palace. You are watching CNN News Centre. I'm Monita Rajpal live at CNN Hong Kong. Thank you for joining us. We'll update you the news headlines in just a couple of minutes.